It was a typical autumn evening in a small town. Emily, a diligent college student, had settled into her cozy attic room to study for her upcoming exams. The night was silent, save for the occasional rustle of leaves outside her window. Emily had always been somewhat skeptical about the supernatural. Ghost stories were just that, stories. But tonight, something felt different. She couldn't quite put her finger on it. A chill seemed to hang in the air, and an inexplicable sense of unease weighed on her. Dismissing it as pre-exam stress, she refocused on her notes. As the hours ticked away, the room grew colder. Suddenly, out of the corner of her eye, Emily saw a shadow flit across the far wall. She froze, her heart pounding in her chest. She turned slowly, squinting into the dim light. Nothing. Her eyes darted to the corner of the room where her old rocking chair stood still. She shook her head, chastising herself for being jumpy. Minutes later, a soft creaking filled the room. The rocking chair, barely visible in the darkness, began to move on its own. Back and forth, back and forth. Emily's breath hitched. She wanted to look away but found herself transfixed by the motion. Grasping her phone, she activated the flashlight, the beam cutting through the shadows. Just then, the chair abruptly stopped. The light revealed a figure, a dark silhouette of a woman seated in the chair. Her features were obscured, but Emily could feel the intensity of her gaze. Paralyzed with fear, Emily could do nothing but watch. The figure slowly raised a hand, pointing toward an old box stored in the corner. Emily had never bothered to open it, assuming it belonged to previous tenants. Summoning every ounce of courage, she approached the box. With trembling hands, she lifted the lid. Inside lay a faded photograph of a family she didn't recognize. At the center was a young woman in the same dress as the figure in the chair. Beside the photo, a yellowed letter told a grim story of loss and longing, ending abruptly with a plea for closure. Realizing the significance, Emily whispered, "I understand," hoping to offer what peace she could. The room's temperature returned to normal, and the chair remained still. The silhouette was gone. Emily sat back, overwhelmed by the experience. She spent the rest of the night piecing together the story, feeling a strange mix of terror and sympathy for the spirit seeking to be remembered.